So we open with Anila saying, I'm not accusing Toya, I just don't know. Andy says, well, is it a yes or a no? And she waits 40 minutes and says, no. Okay, we go from Anila to a medical moment. Andy says, Anila, did Quad actually get any fillers since she proudly proclaimed that she didn't? And she said, I can't tell, my husband can tell, but I can't tell. So as we head into the next segment, we got all the husbands pulling up, from Cecil Kids Force Whitmore to Small Penis Eugene. But we go on and head into Toya's package and talk about her moving yet again. Andy was going to say, I was so excited to see you move into your dream home, and you were just as excited to see her move out. I know I was. So Toya opens up by saying, well, first let's start with my bill of sale from my home where I did make $1 million and was lien free. However, Heffley's like, I still believe the documentate that Audrey pointed me to. I enjoy your brokenness, Toya, so there's never a moment I wouldn't relish in it. Heffley knows. I mean, come on, it's Fulton, put your business in the street county. Everybody knows about your liens and your debt. So Carolyn from Western Michigan runs through all the places, all 4 places Toya has lived, and now they're building a home while renting on their 5th. Doesn't sound like smart investing, sounds like someone chasing money. See, Toya, you need to learn when people ask you questions like this, how to not respond with anger and guilt. Because you look guilty. You look like you know you overspending. You look like you know you running Eugene into an early grave. Is that what you're trying to do so you can get a husband with a bigger penis? But child, Heffley's cackle after that description. I know it's Halloween, Heifer, but you didn't have to give us true witchy poo. Toya gonna say, well, who ain't chasing money? She does have a point. She does have a point. Most people just don't chase it by moving every year. But, you need a plot line. Just be honest. So we got Small Penis Eugene watching Toya break down about feeling lonely in her marriage. And he gonna say some women cry easy. She crying for the show. I don't feel like she felt alone in her marriage because she don't want to be bothered with your butt. I mean, if she's not yelling at you to put that biscuit out your mouth or to stop acting like a bitch. However, Dr. Jackie says you don't listen to us when we give you advice on your marriage. Oh, Jackie said, look, you were telling me my husband was cheating because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. You call that support, Heifer? Although, Jackie, your husband was lonely and he said it 85 times in your face, on camera, in the confessionals, but you didn't listen. You are kind of the queen of not listening, so it's interesting you go and say Toya don't listen. You're an earless heifer yourself. Any issues in your marriage? And Toya said, well, you didn't ask. Toya, you are not the friendliest heifer, so I can see why Jackie wouldn't, try to get up in your business. And you're always so busy packing up and moving anyway. Jackie said I would have felt inappropriate asking about your marriage. I should have checked on you, but Toya, you could have called yourself. Oh, look at Jackie in this outfit, giving bedsheet lesbian chic. All right, Alpha, I see you. And so does Joanne Fabrics. Andy asked Quad where she got Toya was cheating on Eugene from. She said, well, Simone told Hefferly that Toya is cheating. We just don't know who with. Simone said, I wouldn't have told Loudmouth Heavenly shit. Quad said, well, at Anila's Ladies Night In, everybody was saying you were huzzying round the hood. Anila said, what? Quad said, what my ass? Come on, Heifer. Quad said, well, I told the story just to get back at the heifers who was saying I was slutting round. But now Quad apologizes for that. Even your apologies are overdramatic. Now, Toya, you low-key confirming this mess with the contractor because you're going to say, I would never say it. I would never put your business out there. That says it's true. I read between the lines and I read between these cheap hair pieces too. Anila, you are a bad liar because we done already established that you got Zaina on the phone to fill Quad in on all the Toya tea. Now you're going to say, oh, well, she called me and just asked for a ride. I was the Uber driver. Why couldn't the heifer get there on her own? She's got a fabulous car to show off. But now Toya going off on Anila for being a part of the, ooh, I cheated on Eugene, and that could have really wrecked our union. And it could have, because y'all are fragile. Fragile as Eugene's masculinity. And that's on eggshell. Anila, you ain't sorry. But at least you giving us a little bit of a plot line. Anila, you feel ganged up on because you're being caught in your bold-faced lies. You have to take accountability, Quad. That's all I'm saying. No, you do, Heifer. I'm sorry. I'm leaving Quad on this one. Okay, let's get to Hefferly. Andy opens it up by asking, who here has had Hefferly make fun of their looks? And everybody raises their hand. And it's just so interesting that you, who have transformed yourself from an oxen to a moose, want to judge the physical appearance of others. You, with the bullfrog's lower jaw, want to talk about Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie. You want to speak on Cone Tessa. Now, Simone, Hefferly is right to make fun of the way you dress and walk in heels because it's quite comical. You lumber across the room much like herself. So Cone Tessa don't remember dogging her husband to Hefferly, but honey, you was dogging him to everybody. I mean, he is a lipless wonder. Hefferly says, I told you to shut your mouth because you're going to stay with him. You took my advice but got mad at me for giving it to you. Cone Tessa, you got a bad memory. I said he cheated? You implied. So Hefferly and Cone Tessa's lesbian bangs get into it. Shut up! Shut up! I told you to shut up! I never told you anything! Cone Tessa, you told the world your business. I know, and I'm not your friend. And I talked about your sorry union too, boo-boo. Andy asked Simone, you've talked about being browbeaten back into your marriage with old Kids Force. Is it okay for other people to make fun of your sorry, slack-jawed yokel? Oh, God. Hefferly said, well, she never told me it was an issue. It was a sneak attack. Quad said, Hefferly, you tried a little bit after the intervention, but you still a hateful harpy, Heifer. Well, Cone Tessa came for my husband. No, she didn't. Quad gonna ask Hefferly when she gonna value her friends on the 12th of February. Hefferly don't have friends. Hefferly gonna say, well, Quad, this is how you actually break it down to me. You don't get everybody jumping on me. And Andy said, Heifer, we've been doing this for 6 years now. Andy said, where the growth, Heifer? The only growth I see is on Hefferly's hooves. Jackie gonna say, I'm not gonna do what you three do, Contessa, Toya, and Simone, and be there for your friends when they're in the wrong. Quad wants to know, what would make you stop? Nothing, because Hefferly needs the attention and the validate. Are the ladies jealous Hefferly has the best reads? Girl, boom. But Hefferly does have better reads than Cone Tessa. At commercial break, Anila telling Quad she values their friendship. No, you don't. Y'all just plotting to stay on the show together because Quad needs a check for that giant house. So we got the Menses out here. So we chit-chatting about the little moving truck incident and Eugene out here acting like he can laugh at it. But you're about to move one more again. So Eugene says, well, we first moved because all the houses were getting broken into. And then, I was $200,000 in tax debt, so we had to move again. I thought it was making a mockery of us. No, y'all moving every 5 minutes was the mockery. Kieran still thinks it's funny. 'Cause it is. But child, he's still doubling down on, I didn't really need to apologize to Eugene just 'cause he can't take a joke 'cause he broke. Well, that was the shit, and I'ma see you soon.